Hi, good morning. It's nice to finally get a break from that brutal historic heat wave that many cities across the country faced this summer. I appreciate you all joining us here at the City Streets Department. This morning, I am privileged to be joined by hardworking city employees to announce that as of today, following action by the state of Missouri and the city's Department of Personnel, that the residency requirement for employment with the City of St. Louis has officially been lifted. I want to acknowledge our Director of Personnel, Sonia Gray, as well as our Director of Utilities, Kurt Scooby, that's here with us today, and you'll hear from others standing up here momentarily. Former Chicago Mayor Richard J. Daley once said, "If a city is good enough to work for, it should be good enough to live in." And for the most part, I agree. That's why I've made the city of St. Louis my home for nearly my entire life, and why I continue to raise my family here. But times have changed. Mayor Daley wasn't leading a city battling against a global pandemic that all but halted day-to-day life, compounded by labor shortages across our country, negatively impacting our economy and our way of life. 50 years later, Daley didn't have to factor in the rise of remote and hybrid work. Today is another step in changing how things have always been, with the intention to make St. Louis, the city and surrounding counties, stronger and safer. We need to make sure that city government is adapting with the times. And it's no mystery that cities across our country are facing critical staffing challenges. Among their ranks from public works to public safety, all our departments are still feeling the negative long-term effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. According to the National League of Cities, local government workforce has declined 4.5% since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. Together, we must use every opportunity to ensure that the City of St. Louis can recruit and retain talented public servants who are dedicated to progress and the growth of our city and our region. Since taking office a little more than 2 years ago, I have had the honor to visit almost every city department and heard firsthand from many dedicated civil service employees that improve services for our operations and residents, visitors, tourists, and the employees of our great city. From mechanics to water plant workers to refuse drivers to tree trimmers, they all shared a similar message. They loved working for the city, but it's time to modernize and change the way we do things. Overwhelmingly, I heard calls for better pay, and they also shared concerns about the limitations the residency requirement placed on their ability to recruit and hire. With this restriction lifted, I invite and encourage all job seekers, agents of change, and community leaders throughout our region to apply for a position of service within St. Louis City government. Both last year and the year before, my administration prioritized across-the-board pay raises for every city employee, totaling 9%, a 9% increase from 2021 to today. We completed negotiations with nearly all of our employee unions, enacting better pay and benefits to ensure civil service employees who stayed here. And many of our departments and positions come with hiring bonuses from $1,500 to $3,000 received after a working test period. I've long said that I want St. Louis to win again, but it takes more than just a mayor to get it done. It's the team we build together. It takes public servants from entry level to expert who want to see their city thrive. Folks who are willing to trim trees and pick up trash, who can stay calm under pressure when someone's in crisis calls 911, or to work behind the scenes to keep our core systems running. And as a part of the proud, diverse, and dynamic team with great pay and excellent benefits. There's an opportunity and home for anyone seeking a job here in the city of St. Louis. It's as simple as searching and applying online at stlouis-mo.gov/jobs to find the best fit for you. Thank you Thank you for coming, and God bless. I'm going to turn it over to Public Utilities Director Kurt Scooby.
Good morning. I'm Kurt Scobie. I'm the Director of Public Utilities. The Water Department is under my responsibility. I always like saying that the Water Department to customers that all of our employees are also living and consuming the water within the city of St. Louis. But over the last several years of having 30% vacancy rates within our department, I've come to realize that's not always possible. It is, in the end, what matters is the service and our ability to provide the service to our customers. And with a 30% vacancy rate in our department, it's hard to provide that service. Our employees work a lot of overtime, we're outsourcing work, we're doing whatever it takes that we can do. And in a competitive labor market, having the ability of people accepting a job and not have to go through the expense and hassle of relocating to move just a mile or two to closer to their work is a big selling point. It's a often cited reason to decline a offer for coming to work for the city of St. Louis, and this should correct that. Thank you.
Thanks. Next, we'll have Jerry Moore, airport employee.
Thank you. Good morning. As Mayor Jones said, I'm Jerry Moore. I live in St. Louis County. I've been there for over 20 years, and as Mayor Jones pointed out, the new policy allows people like me, I'm a new hire, the flexibility of serving the city with the flexibility of staying where I presently live and have lived for a good period of time, or living in the city. Many people are aware that this is exciting times for the airport. There's major expansion that will be taking place with the new terminal and so forth that's under development out there. So I feel as though I'm able to serve not only the city and the residents of the city, but the residents of the entire St. Louis region that will be positively impacted by the developments underway at the airport. So I'm glad to be part of the city's team.
Great. And next, Alan Jankowski and Damon Wiley from the Forestry Division.
Hi, my name's Alan Jankowski, Commissioner of Forestry. I want to say, first of all, the influx, the residency rule being lifted will hopefully influx applicants that we get, especially, as the mayor mentioned, our tree trimmers, and getting some skilled employees in to help us trim and remove trees. I've worked with the city of St. Louis for over 8 years. First of all, I want to say I love where I live. I love my neighbors. I love my neighborhood, and I love working for the residents of the city of St. Louis. And hopefully, this will help us raise that bar for our citizens and increase the services. Thank you.
Thank you. Damon.
Hey, my name is Damon Wiley. My title is Labor Supervisor. I'm with the Forestry Division. And like Alan was saying, that I'm happy that the restrictions was lifted. This would be an opportunity for the youth that's in the county region to come work for the city. Because I was 19 when I started with the city, so I've been here 25 years. So I'm just amazed that this happened. I thank you, Mayor. I thank Jefferson City for allowing this to happen, and hopefully we can get some people to come work for us. Thank you.
Thank you.